Hello everyone, this is Helios Raven. I tell you how I do it, even if you don't care. And today we're going to be talking about a video series that I'm pretty sure a lot of people thought, like, died out or something. It didn't actually die out. What happened was I got preoccupied with building Helios and some other different video projects. And also, I kind of did screw up a little bit with, when I was making the model, and some footage was lost, so we are working off new stuff, and this video is also going to be a little bit of an experiment. We're going to see if that turns out well. Now, so we're going to continue with building the Colossus using a Bombard from Forge World and a Chimera. Now, already I've noticed some significant screw-ups that I've already done with it. Like, for example, the chassis piece here is slightly, just a hair uneven, which causes the cannon here to not sit properly, which has been causing some issues with setting placement and using these these bracers here. Also, I did kind of screw up making the bracers. I got a little bit cut crazy and ripped all the pieces off and such when I realized I didn't really have to if I planned out putting this all pieced together a little bit better. But so instead what I did was I'm trying to recreate the stands to look like this, which actually looks a little bit more like the stands in the picture. The only difference is the angle on the front piece here is different. But for the most part, it kind of looks more like the way the picture of the Colossus kind of makes them look out to be. The other difference is the fact that the gun's a lot closer to the front in the picture in the Imperial Guard Codex, mainly because this piece is prompted up forward more, and the back piece is raised up a little bit. But you know, next time when I decide to add another Colossus to my force for when I decide to turn this into a apocalypse size force, you know, something to keep in mind when we go into that. So what we're going to do is we're going to try and create another piece like this without screwing up too much in the final finish. So the first piece that we're going to add on is this guy, giving the first part of the leg piece its joint. So what we're going to do is, let's go here, and I'm sorry I'm using a remote now to zoom in because I'm too far away from the camera, so it's probably going to take a little bit longer. There we go. So what I'd like to do is first is place the peg on the way it's going to sit, and then get this guy in here. This way I know it fits on nice and snug, and it's not going to fit completely perfect. I'm going to have to do some green stuffing to make it sit right, but the trick is trying to get it so it lies as flush as possible. Okay, just like that. And so then we're going to take a little bit of super glue. Sorry. Whoops. Okay, now we're just going to let that dry for a little bit, so we'll take a short break. Alright, we're back. The piece is dried, so now what we're going to do is to fill in the small gap that's been formed in it. Sorry, there we go. We're going to take a little bit of green stuff and get it all nice and thinned out, and we're going to place it in the hole there, and take a hobby tool, a little bit of water, and what we're just basically doing is we're filling in the gaps to make it uniformal again. So, you know, I don't need too much, just enough to fill in the gap. Sorry, my hand's blocking the thing. And then sorry about that. I had to take care of something. Okay, now we pretty much filled in the gap with the green stuff. There's a small little gap that just needs to be taken care of, and then we'll be set. What I like to do to make sure everything is flat is I like to take this little flat tool here and run it across, because the two resin pieces that I'm connecting are pretty much level, and so this kinda helps get that nice level field look, and allows for it to be pretty much square and so it's not uneven or anything like that. Okay, so I've got the piece set up, and so the next part is going to be attaching the back piece here. Now what I used for that is I used a piece of plastic sprue from a model that I no longer need. So instead of throwing it out, now I take it, and I'm gonna need to probably clip this. 1 second, let's see. Yep, because it's way too big, so I'll be right back with my clippers. Alright, we're back. So now we're going to take the clippers and take the plastic piece here. We're just going to nip off a little. Okay. To remove some. Okay, so now that we've got the proper length on this pole here, okay, so now, here. So now what we're gonna do is, sorry, I'm trying to, here we go, get some glue on here. Sorry. Sorry if I'm blocking the video here. It looks like this piece may be a little bit too small now. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take another plastic sprue and try this again. So okay. Okay, this time around what we're going to try and do is we're going to take this piece here, because it's already been done and worked on. We're going to line up the piece here and try and mimic it. Like so. So then... Okay. Now hopefully we'll be lucky and this is going to be the same. That, you know, the unevenness isn't made it where they're completely off base with each other. Okay, just a hair bit more. Okay. Okay, so now we're ready. We're going to take some glue here. And we're letting it stick out just a little bit to give the piece some, because there is this like little three-dimensional, this like extra little, this piece that sticks out on the model piece, so we're letting it stick out just a bit to try and recreate that look. I'm sorry that I'm doing it off camera. 1 second here, because I really gotta focus on this for a moment. So let me just pause the camera here. Okay, it looks like I'm having no luck trying to get this perfectly level and even. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna take some green stuff right here and place it on the top of the sprue piece, and I'm just gonna line it up and smooth the piece out after the fact. So again, apologize for turning the bit away from you. It's just so I can see a little bit better. Okay. So now that the thing is in place, we line it up and set up the material for sculpting. Sorry. Okay. Alrighty. So there it goes. Okay, now put in the flat piece here to try and get the edging right. Okay. Alrighty, now I'm running low on time, so we're gonna put an end to the video here, and it looks like the experiment was a success. So until next time, this is Helios Raven, signing off.